guys, it's Karyna with Karyna Loves to Plan. So a lot of you have requested another type of video like this where I'm going over my weight loss journey. So sit back, join me with a cup of coffee, and I'll tell you a little bit more about me. My journey started, it's hard to say, it really started, I feel like it needs to go back all the way back to when I was a baby. When I was a toddler, I was a very, very picky eater, like very, very picky, to the point where it would take me hours to eat a meal. Like the joke was when I was younger that Karyna would just be starting breakfast. 3 hours later, she's finishing her breakfast while everybody is starting lunch. But then as I got older, yes, I was picky, but I ate a lot of what I picked. Now the weight gain didn't really start until I was in university, because junior high and high school, even though I was a very picky eater, I played a lot of sports. I played volleyball, basketball. I even worked at McDonald's for almost 2 years, and I didn't gain weight while I was there because I was so active. Then come first year university, all the activity stops. So I started gaining weight in university, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. It was only when I started to look at pictures of myself and really started thinking, I'm not liking the way that I'm looking. No matter how I was smiling, no matter how I was looking at the camera, I really wasn't liking what I was seeing. But it really didn't occur to me that I had gained weight until somebody, complete random stranger, I was working in the mall, and a complete random stranger came up to me and asked me, how many months pregnant are you? And I was mortified, absolutely mortified. I think I actually left work early that day because I was so mortified that somebody had assumed that I was pregnant. Side note, by the way, don't ever ask a woman if she's pregnant. Whether you're a female, male, don't ever ask a woman if she's pregnant. Even if she looks pregnant, just tell her she looks beautiful. Don't ever ask her how many months pregnant she is. Anyway, back to my story. So at that point, I knew that I had gained weight, but I didn't see that connection between the food that I was eating and I was always looking into different types of solutions, be it like the quick and easy. You see the infomercials where people are like, oh, buy this workout trainer in 4 weeks, you'll have lost 30 pounds. Try Slim Fast. How fast? Slim Fast. And I won't say I tried tons of things. I researched a little bit before I decided on Weight Watchers. And when I joined Weight Watchers, this was in March of 2005, and hold on. I joined Weight Watchers in March of 2005, and I remember I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I joined it. First, I joined it online, thinking that I could do it by myself. And then I decided to go into a meeting and see what it was like. And after that first meeting, I was hooked. I was hooked on being around the other members. I was hooked on the leader. The leader was amazing. I remember Linda. Linda was just fantastic. But I remember a switch inside of myself where I said, this program has been broken down where it is simple and that I can follow it. And so I did. I became I'm a type A personality. As if you guys know me, anything by my planner videos, I am a type A personality. So I tracked everything. I was very diligent. So I started March of 2005. I got to my goal in October of 2005. I lost 30 pounds. And then I became a lifetime member in November of 2005. So really, it was 14 years ago this month that I got to my goal for the very first time. I don't feel like the weight loss journey ended there, because the type of person that I was when I first got to goal is a very different person than I am now. The person that I was then, I wasn't very flexible. I wasn't very spontaneous. I did not like being in situations where I could not control the outcome. So I did struggle a little bit with staying at my goal weight or being on maintenance, because I didn't like not having a set goal of losing. When you're maintaining, you're already at your goal, so you have to set a new goal. I became very rigid. I remember I would have some meltdowns. Hold on. I remember that I'd have some meltdowns if I didn't get my workout in that morning, or if the restaurant didn't have the exact food that I wanted, or if, for example, Subway put an extra slice of cheese on my sandwich. I was a very rigid, and I didn't see a problem with it back then, but now I look back on it and it wasn't a very flexible way of living. I ended up working for Weight Watchers for about a year, and then I moved to England to do a working holiday, or a gap year, as some of you know it. And while I was living in England, I gained about half of my weight back, so about 15 pounds, because I went off program. I was living on my own for the very first time, so it was a completely new routine for me. Going from somebody who was very rigid to somebody who moved across an ocean to live on their own. Huge stretch for me, but it taught me a lot about myself. When I came back, I went straight back to Weight Watchers, lost that 15 pounds in about 3 or 4 months, and back at goal. Since then, I've gotten married, had 2 kids, gained a little bit of weight with both of my children. My daughter Robin, with her, I was actually very healthy throughout my pregnancy, and actually because I was helping out at Weight Watchers meetings in the UK where I was living at the time, everybody knew me when I was pregnant. And funny story, slightly related I guess to my weight loss journey, is I was actually in labor the very last Weight Watchers meeting that I was working in the UK. I had gone into labor the night before, and then that morning I said, contractions are still half an hour apart, I'm going to go and work at the Weight Watchers meeting. So while I was weighing in members, I'd have a contraction and be like, okay, go ahead and step on the scale. And then I even went out for brunch afterwards, and the friends that I went with are like, are you sure you shouldn't go to the hospital? And I said, no, my contractions are still half an hour apart. I had brunch while I was in labor. Anyway, but with Robin, it didn't take me that long to get back to my goal weight. But what I struggled with after was staying there. I tried a few different things as well. I tried paleo, I tried the Whole30, and I always went back to Weight Watchers because I always found Weight Watchers, or WW as it's now called, I found Weight Watchers to be the most flexible, the most sustainable. Yes, you do have to keep track of your foods. Yes, you do have to keep track of your points, but it's what I find works for me. So after Henry was born, I gained a little bit more weight when Henry was born. I came back, and it took me about 6 months to lose the 15 pounds that I needed with him. But what I've learned in that time is I've learned to be a lot kinder to myself. I've learned to be a lot more flexible when it comes to situations I can't control, but I've also learned to really track everything. Now, a few people have asked me, what are some tips that I have for you becoming a Weight Watchers member, or just on any type of weight loss journey? For me, it's finding a program that works for you. There's so many different ways of becoming healthy, just so many different eating styles. What I love about Weight Watchers, and this isn't an ad for Weight Watchers, this is basically what's worked for me. Why I stick to Weight Watchers is because, 1, it's what's worked for me. 2, it's the habit and the lifestyle that I've had for the last 14, almost 15 years. And again, it's the most sustainable for me. As for tips on how to make any type of plan successful for you, 1, be honest with yourself. Be honest as to why you want to lose the weight. Why do you want to become healthy? And be really specific about that as well, and be very specific about your goals. 2, find a plan that works for you. Find a program that you find easy to stick to. Find one that is sustainable for you. And if it works for you, great. There's so many ways nowadays. The weight loss industry is huge, so there's so many ways that people can lose weight, but find the way that is the most sustainable for you, the healthiest for you, and I guess is affordable for you. If, doing other weight loss programs is what works for you, then great. Just find what works for you. Thirdly, be kind to yourself. Weight loss can feel very isolating, especially when you're comparing yourselves to people on Instagram or Facebook and seeing the before or after pictures. You don't see all the struggles that they've been through to get to that point. So don't ever compare your journey to somebody else. Be kind to yourself and be grateful for how far you've come. Number 4, number 4, for me, tracking is key. Tracking everything. Be good, bad, or ugly. For anybody on Weight Watchers, if you know your weekly points, I've seen my weekly points go up to -100, go down to -100. So it is possible, but I still track everything. You need that accountability. 5, meal planning and meal prepping are key. Even if you don't like to cook or meal prep or meal plan, if you do it all in one day, get it done. It's done, out of the way, simple. Tip 6, 4, 5, 6, I'm lost. Look at your behavior changes. You want to look at the way you want to be when you get to goal versus the way you are now. Look at your lifestyle at goal. Do you still want to go out with friends, go have dinners, enjoy really good cups of coffee, enjoy dessert, things like that? If you see yourself doing that at goal, try and incorporate it in your lifestyle now. Because what's the point of depriving yourself if when you get to goal you start doing all that stuff again that will make you gain the weight back? So I'm actually a coach for Weight Watchers, and one of the things that I always say to members is think of what your life would be like at goal and try and adapt some of the behaviors that you have now to that. The last thing we want is for you to feel like you're deprived, feeling like you're giving up on everything. So for me, I think at the end of the day, my weight loss journey has given me so much. Throughout my weight loss journey, I've learned so many things about myself. I've become a lot more confident. I am now a bit more of a public speaker. I never used to be. I never used to want to be in front of that room. But now here I am, a coach for WW. I have learned how to be a lot more flexible in my lifestyle. But I've also learned how to make very, very difficult behaviors at first now become routine. It takes a lot of work, but the more that you do it, the longer that you do it, the easier it will be to stick to. Just to summarize this video, my weight loss journey has not been a straight line down. It's had its ups and downs, and for most of you it will have its ups and downs, it will have its plateaus, and that's part of the journey. But what will get you through is being kind to yourself, learning behaviors that will keep you successful in the long run, focusing on the behaviors that will make you successful in the long run. Don't focus so much on the number, but focus on the positives and the behaviors that you're learning. Focus on your why. I forgot to mention that. That's such an important one. Focus on why you want to lose weight and why you want to be healthy. Yes, we all want to be a specific number, but there's so much more associated with that than just the number itself. So for me, I guess the message that I want to convey here is that my weight loss journey has given me so much, but my weight loss journey is going to look so different from everybody else's, and all I can say is good luck. I forgot to say this, that I was introduced to the Happy Planner actually through Weight Watchers. My friend, we weren't even friends at the time. We were just getting to know each other. But my friend Kim, she brought her Happy Planner to a Weight Watchers meeting, and I had just gotten my very first one like a week ago at Christmas. And so funny, Kim is basically sitting next to me, and she pulls out the Happy Planner, and I see a sticker book, one of the Happy Planner sticker books, and then I see that she's put stickers all over her planner, and I was like, oh my God. They have stickers for the planner? And she was like, yep, they're at Michael's. After that Weight Watchers meeting, I spent like a good hour at Michael's just in the Happy Planner aisle. So my Weight Watchers journey is related to the Happy Planner. Go figure. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing of this video to figure out how all these pieces fit together. Okay, but thank you guys so much for joining me with a cup of coffee. I apologize if this video was a little longer than I wanted it to be. But I wanted to tell you my journey, what I've learned, and give you some tips. If you need any help, go ahead and ask me some questions down below in the comments. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Oh, I've been talking too long now, it's cold.